Changli is an interesting character because she has a dynamic playstyle that can adapt to a situation, and because you don't play her the same way optimally in every situation, most players will say that she's difficult to play. So in this video I'm going to show how to play Changli, what her mechanics are, an easy rotation, and then some gameplay commentary. First of all, the most important thing to know is her mechanics with her forte. So there's the true sight mechanic, and then there's the inflamement. Inflamement is her forte bars, so she's got 4 forte, and you gain that by using a true sight attack. So you need to gain true sight, then you need to use a true sight attack, and then you need to use her forte bar when it's full. That's pretty much the general rotation of Changli. So how do we get true sight? We get true sight by doing our basic attack rotation. So the chain is 4 attacks long, and you'll see the buff above your health bar. That's 12 seconds you've got to use your true sight attack. You've got true sight, and now your basic attack will turn into a forward lunge slash attack. Alternatively, you can also press the space bar while you have true sight, and you will go into the air. This attack needs to hit an enemy, either the jump or the grounded lunge attack. They need to hit to give you the inflamement or the forte stack. The aerial attack is pretty interesting, but it's sometimes more dangerous to do because you don't have the same capability to dodge while you're in the air as you do on the ground. But the air attack gives you the ability to use a plunge attack. So if you jump into the air and you use a heavy attack, you will plunge on the ground, and this will allow you to skip the first 2 attacks of your basic attack chain. So basically what we can do is get the true sight any way you want. We can do 4 basic attacks, go into the air, plunge, do 2 basic attacks because we skipped the first 2. Now we've got true sight again, and then we can go into the air again, plunge, do 2 basic attacks because we skipped the first 2, go into the air, plunge, 2 attacks. So as you can see, the rotation is basically press spacebar, left click, left click, left click. So you're doing 3 left clicks, spacebar, and then 3 left clicks, and then spacebar. So that's pretty much the rotation if you're just killing random mobs out in the open world, right? That's as easy as it gets. So if we go over here, now to start the rotation, obviously, we can't just go up and do 4 basic attacks, because that's kind of slow. So what you can do is also you can gain true sight by using your resonance skill. And this is a forward gap closer. It's really long distance, a lot of mobility. So we go in, do that, and now we've got true sight. So we can do the forward lunge, or we can use the space bar, and then 3 basic attacks. Jump in the air, 3 basic attacks. And then I messed up the combo there, as you can see. So I used the left click, and then I used space bar, and it canceled it. So I didn't get the inflamement stacks. And that's kind of why Changli can kind of be a little bit difficult, because you can mess up the rotation. But if you just stick to very basics here and just watch the animations, watch for that buff bar, it's not that hard. You just want to use the 3 basic attacks and then spacebar, 3 basic attacks. Now, that's not going to work in every single situation. So sometimes the enemies are going to attack you, and your dodge will actually allow you to skip your basic attack chain as well, just like your plunge attack will. So we can dodge counter. If we can get this to attack me, please. Attack me, please. And if I dodge this, then we can do 2 basic attacks, and now you see I've got true sight. So just like the plunge attack, we get the true sight, and now we can go back into our rotation. So you can see where the dynamicness occurs here. So if the enemy starts attacking you, you reset the kind of like combo there, and then you get the true sight from your dodge counter. Now, once you've got full stacks of inflamement from using your true sight attacks, you want to use a heavy attack, basically. And this does a pretty decent hitting attack, which gives you 40% damage reduction. And then from there, you want to just start the combo over. So we can use the E here. I can use my true sight. This thing is dead. And now we can just move over to these mobs over here. I can use my resonance to gap close on them. And then I'm going to use my spacebar, 3 basic attacks. Hope I don't fall off here. And I actually didn't use the spacebar, so I don't continue my combo that fast. But we've got the inflamement stacks anyway, so we want to use those. And now I'm at full of my resonance energy, and that allows me to use my ultimate. You want to use your ultimate after you've used your heavy attack because it'll give you 4 stacks of inflamement. So we're going to use that here, and we're going to forte attack again. So you can do forte heavy, ult, forte heavy. So if we wanted to simplify the rotation as much as possible, we're going to start out with the resonance. Go into the air, spacebar, 3 left clicks, spacebar, 3 left clicks, spacebar, 3 left clicks. These guys are kind of dangerous. And now we've got full forte. So what we're going to do is, once we've got full forte, we do our heavy attack, R, and then heavy attack. And that's pretty much the full rotation right there. And even though that is one of the easier ways to play Changli, it's not the best. So there's a bit of a skill ceiling there. Even though the skill floor isn't that high, it's pretty decently low, there is a pretty high skill ceiling, which makes her really fun to play because when you're in situations where you're taking a lot of pressure, the game becomes a little bit more interactive where you have to decide what you want to do. But in the easy situations, you know, she's kind of face roll. Now here's a level 4 hologram. My Changli isn't too built up yet, so this will be a little bit interactive, if a little bit easy. We're going to start off with Sanhua here, even though we want to show off Changli because her intro gives her true sight as well and puts her in the air so you can do a plunge attack. So you do a true sight attack in the air, and then you do a plunge, and then 2 basic attacks, and then another true sight attack. So it gives you 2 true sight really fast. Now also her E is very good at parrying. A lot of her skills are good at parrying, but especially the E because it's such a fast lunge at the target. It's great for parrying. She's one of the best parry characters besides maybe Jian, but he's kind of situational, whereas she has like something in her pocket always to parry. So maybe she's even better than Jian. But here we're going to use the parry again with her E, get the true sight. So we've got the intro to give us true sight. We're going to use we're actually going to interrupt the boss here to CC. And what we're going to do here is the aerial combo because we want to do it as fast as possible because the boss isn't attacking us anyway. So in this situation, we're just using the easy combo there. Now here we want to swap off because we're just dealing with that mechanic. Not too dangerous, but we're going to get the intro here again. So whenever you finish using Changli's ultimate and you don't really have her E or anything to really start your combo again, it's best to just swap off and get your intro again because that really fuels your inflamement stacks. So we're back on, we get the inflamement, but we got a parry here and the boss is kind of far away, so we have to be careful. I actually don't parry there, sometimes it's weird, so I choose to use my ultimate, which can also parry. So yeah, one of the other things that can parry. I use my heavy forte attack there because I've got full inflamement. I've got 1 stack of true sight here, so I'm waiting to use it. It can also be used on your dodge counter, which is a little bit of a waste, but not that bad. And now we're just going to keep using the true sight here on my E, dodge counter into 2 basic attacks because that skips the first 2 basic attacks in the chain. And we just use all of our inflamement stacks. I'm going to move away here and then re-engage with the E into the true sight attack and then just finish off the boss. So as you can see, like based on the situation, you want to decide which way you're going to get your true sight out. And then you want to decide, do I want to use a true sight ground attack or an aerial? Generally, you want to use a ground attack unless you can just freely cast, and then you can do the aerial because the aerial is a little bit more vulnerable, but you get the idea, right? So this is how you play Changli. If you enjoy the video, like it, subscribe, check out the Changli build and text guide in the description below, and I'll see you all next time.